Hey guys, Judge Morris here. So I got two videos up yesterday. One was the Sunday Pokemon Adventures with my sister Rachel. The highlight of that is she caught a Miltank, which was her PokeDex Miltank, and we took down a gym. And I let her take down a couple of things in the gym. I think she's still holding that gym right now, because I'd let her have it. I have a silver badge there. I don't need that gym. After that, I did a brief video on yesterday on Martin Luther King Day where I take on a Sandslash. Today, I didn't get a whole lot of time to play Pokemon Go, and that includes my lunch. I actually had to cut my lunch break a little bit short because I needed to go over some factual stuff and related to a trial we're sitting in with the judge. So yeah, kind of an interesting trial. It involves burglary and some other stuff. And as of right now, there's a big issue that the prosecutor's having proving that the guy actually got in the second time because all the doors in the house were locked. And we were talking about, the judge and I were talking about The Last Jedi because both of us have seen it. Me, just recently, just this last Saturday. And he said, yeah, I don't see factually how this guy could have gotten into the house. And I said, well, Judge, you're discounting the fact that he could have been a Jedi and astrally projected himself into the house. And he chuckled and he said, yeah, that's great, but they haven't argued that, so we don't have to address it. And then later on, when we're in court, he actually asked the prosecutor, he's like, so you're saying the front door was locked and the sliding glass door was locked, so short of him being a Jedi, how could he have gotten into the house? And so, yeah, the prosecutor was... didn't really know how to respond to that. I think she sidestepped the question and came in with a different argument. But yeah, I didn't get much chance to play Pokemon Go today, and I did not do a raid. I do have one cool thing for you guys today, though. So real quick, let me get the recording on my phone going. Okay, there we go. This is a 96 IV Barboach. And I have the candy now. And yeah, it's just kind of cool that I have that high of this random fish Pokemon. I'm thinking I hatched it at some point. I honestly don't remember how I got it, but 96 IV is pretty rare. It's Wonder, HP, Defense, Exceeds. And so since I have the candy, I'm going to go ahead and evolve it, and it'll be a new Pokedex entry for me. I forget what it's called, his evolve. It's like a catfish thing. And I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's like Whiscash or something like that. Kind of looks like he belongs in the Super Mario Brothers world. What is he? Whiscash. Okay. Okay. So that's cool. Brand new Pokedex entry. Go ahead and stop the recording real quick. Actually, no, I won't. Let me go back into that. Okay, so there's my top 12 right there, and you'll see a couple of duplicates. I got a duplicate of Groudon and Tyranitar. In fact, these are my only 12 that are over 3,000 CP. I got Espeon that's getting close, and back when Exeggutor was a raid Pokemon, it was a level 2 raid, I did it every time Exeggutor popped up. For a couple of reasons, and one of those reasons was I thought grass types were severely underrated, especially Exeggutor, who can actually get into the 2800s, and actually pretty close to 2900. I don't know what a perfect one is. I have my 2868 right there, and that is a 98 IV. I can actually pump them up more once I hit level 38, which someday. But yeah, now that and I've talked about this in the past couple of videos, I'm actually strongly considering powering up this Groudon right here, weather boosted, 2863 CP and 87 IV. And I actually really like the combo of Mudshot, Solar Beam. Mudshot because number one, well, those two especially because they're weather boosted at the same time, and that's when it's sunny or clear weather outside. Mudshot specifically, though, because it's a very, very quick fast move. It has the potential to do stab damage because Groudon is ground type, and Mudshot is a ground type move. And it actually helps you charge Solar Beam a lot quicker than a lot of the things that can charge up a Solar Beam. So I think Groudon's actually, it might be the best Pokemon right now that can carry Solar Beam as a charge move. I think the next closest to him would actually be Ho-Oh, and then you'd have to step down into like actual grass types. And maybe I'm missing something there, I don't remember. But anyways, when it comes right down to it, so Solar Beam, and I'm checking out my computer real quick, Solar Beam, you know, as a grass type move, it's going to be super effective against water, ground, and rock. But as a pure just DPS damaging move, Solar Beam I think is very underrated. And I think we're only now starting to see people use Exeggutor and well, I guess other grass types that are other types that have Solar Beam, like Groudon and Ho-Oh, because Kyogre is the legendary Pokemon out right now. But I've been thinking for a while that it's been a very underrated move. And when you combo that with Mudshot, which is going to be his ground type move with stab potential, that's going to be super effective on fire, electric, poison, rock, and steel. And you'll notice I said rock both times. I said rock for his Mudshot and rock for his Solar Beam. So if you come up against a rock type Pokemon, Groudon with Mudshot Solar Beam can absolutely wreck it. So I think that's pretty cool. It's not going to do, you know, super effective damage against a lot of the gym defenders because you got normal types. So it'll do a lot of just raw damage because, you know, you're not going to have any super weaknesses or anything against normal types. The one thing where I think it actually could, or the one Pokemon I think it could actually be pretty good on, and you're starting to see more of them in gyms, is Wailord. Since Wailord is water type, a really great counter to that would be Solar Beam. The only bad side to that is, and let me double check and make sure I'm right on this, well, it's going to be that water is super effective on ground, and Groudon is a ground type. But Wailord is not that great of an attacker, so just dealing a ton of raw damage to it, I don't know, might actually be a good idea. I haven't seen a whole ton of Wailords around lately, but I am starting to see more and more of them. And as we get more people to the point where they're getting that 400 candy to get a Wailord, we might actually see him become more of a gym defender. I was talking to Sam Squatch recently too, and he said Wailord is such a large Pokemon that he actually can break some people's phones that can't render him when he's in a gym. And so that's super lame and cheap, but a way some people are glitch defending gyms. Fortunately, that's not going to work on a lot of people because a lot of people are going to have more current phones that can actually render Wailord. But there are people playing on super old phones that actually can't get into gyms when Wailord is in there. So I'm still very much thinking about getting Groudon up to level 30. And actually, I potentially thought about bringing him up to 31 or 31 and a half, because that would put him past 3,500 CP. And based on what I've seen of Groudon in just soloing raids and in legendary raids when I use him with Kyogre, and just as a gym taking down Pokemon, he's actually really, really good. And Groudon is not one of my favorite types, or one of my favorite legendaries, but I'm starting to appreciate more and more that he is a really solid attacker. And I do like the move combination of Mudshot and Solar Beam. So I've rambled on a lot in this video. It's just some random thoughts I've been having. I do think Solar Beam is a very underappreciated move. People are just now starting to recognize that Exeggutor is a really good Pokemon for raids and taking down gyms when it comes down to it. And yeah, Groudon is going to be the highest CP Pokemon that can carry Solar Beam. So I'm really thinking that's worth considering and maybe actually doing something about it. Groudon's gone as of today, so the highest IV I have of Groudon is 87, and I have two that are 87. Of those two, I really think it'd be better to go with the one that was weather boosted when I caught it. Saves me a ton of candy, saves me a ton of Stardust. It already has Mudshot. I just need to charge TM it and get the Solar Beam as the charge move. So yeah, not a lot of Pokemon Go content in this one, but you know, just some stuff that's been on my mind lately. And hopefully tomorrow I'm planning on doing 2 raids. Since I'll have 2 daily passes, I'll use the daily pass I already have and then spin the gym right after and get another daily pass for, you know, that day. So I'm hoping to get a couple of raids in tomorrow. Today it just didn't happen, which, you know, stuff gets in the way sometimes and you can't really do anything about it. Now it's too late to do anything tonight. On my way home I saw an Absol, which I can't go solo, and I wasn't going to be able to put a group together in time. So you guys get to see me evolve a really cool catfish and talk about Groudon and Exeggutor for a while. But yeah, I wanted to get something out today, just kind of my thoughts and, you know, quick evolve. And I'll, yeah, have more for you guys next time. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.